And now to this, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin announced a global task force earlier this week to stop Yemen's Houthi rebels from attacking ships sailing through the Red Sea. Now, the Houthis, a rebel group that's been engaged in a civil war with Yemen's government for more than a decade now, have been primarily attacking ships with links to Israel as a response to the Israel-Hamas war, though they have also targeted international ships sailing past Yemen without any direct links to Israel. These attacks have not resulted in any deaths and no ships have been sunk yet, but more shipping firms are choosing to not take the risk. 6 of the largest shipping companies on the planet have announced they'll stop using the Red Sea route, which will impact global trade. Our Lana Zak has more on this. Lana?
Errol, the Red Sea, vitally important for shipping. It sits between the northern part of East Africa and the western part of the Middle East. It's a major passage for transit. In fact, 12% of all global trade goes through the Red Sea, according to the International Chamber of Shipping. It's also the most direct shipping route connecting the East and the West, but it has come under attack. And goods entering or exiting the Red Sea have to go through this point right here, the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. It feeds into the Red Sea. It also borders Houthi-controlled territory in Yemen. As a result, several ships attacks have occurred around this point here, but it's also been a launching point for other attacks deeper into the Red Sea, miles away. But perhaps more concerning for global trade, these assaults are jeopardizing passage further north through the Suez Canal. And that is one of the most important global trade pathways, responsible for 30% of all of the world's container trade. So what happens if goods can't go through the Red Sea and subsequently the Suez Canal? Well, then ships have to go around the Horn of Africa through the Cape of Good Hope in order to try and get to the United States or other Western destinations. All of that could add up to 11 days more travel from Shanghai to New York, for example. More days at sea, of course, means greater costs. And with those Houthi attacks unabated, it is not clear how long this might go on. You'll recall how international trade was impacted back in 2021 when the Suez Canal was inoperable for just 6 days. That happened after this ship here got stuck, and that blockade held up an estimated $9.6 billion in trade every day. Those 6 days alone added up to about $58 billion in costs. Now, the Suez Canal is not the only major international shipping shortcut that is facing problems right now. The Panama Canal, unrelated to these Houthi attacks, but it handles about 5% of all global trade. It has been suffering from a severe drought and significantly fewer ships than are able to cross through there each day. All of this means that greater shipping costs are going to be passed along to you and me as the consumer.